Campbell shoots in on a fireman's attempt, doesn't get deep enough. Campbell shoots in again, trying a headlock, not quite tight enough. I think Yaley's stalling right now. He's got his head buried in the shoulder and an underhook.
And there it is. The first loss for Lisbon in the finals, and a second championship for Scott Yaley of Durand. Undefeated this year in 30 matches. He defeats C.T. Campbell of Lisbon 5-3, 112-pound champion of the 1A division.
He may make an excellent college wrestler if he's college bound.
Well, there it was. There's Brad Smith, the champion. We're going to see now the first 6 place winners at 105 pounds at the other end of the auditorium.
6th place, Brian Broswell, Manly North Central. 5th place, Jeff Struck, Tripola. 4th place, Brett Altman, Gilmore City. 3rd place, Ed O'Connor, Dyke. Runner-up, David Butler, Minburn, Central Dallas. And the 105 1A champion from Lisbon, Brett Stone King.
There's number 2 for Lisbon and number 2 for Mr. Stone King, too.
They're keeping Brad Smith busy. He's got to run from the mat over to give awards to his people.
You should have seen him earlier in the tournament when he had 8 wrestlers going, and first 4 weights, he was running back and forth from one side of the floor to the other, trying to help them all out while they're on at the same time.
That's good for him. Here's the double A.
Dan Mashik of Gilbertville, Don Bosco. 6th place, Jeff Bakken, Northwood, Kensett. 5th place, Roy Reeks, Jackson Junction, Turkey Valley. 4th place, Dan House, Sigourney. 3rd place, Matt Deal, Osceola Clark. Runner-up, John Regan, Cedar Rapids, LaSalle. And the 105 2A champion from Gilbertville, Don Bosco, Corey Mills.
Gilbertville, Don Bosco. Happy man again.
2nd year in a row as a champion for Corey Mills, too.
It's Coach Dan Mashik. Well, up next come the winners in the AAA division. We saw a good deal of that match, that final championship match.
Looters of Clinton. 6th place, Tim Cackwell Spencer. 5th place, Alan Paradise, Iowa City West. 4th place, Chuck Pearson, Waterloo East. 3rd place, Brian Waddell, Bettendorf. Runner-up from Ames, Jeff Gibbons, and the 105 3A champion from Clinton, Steve Knight.
Steve Knight, who won an overtime match. Well, let's get our floor reports about 112 pounds. Dean Borg.
Doug L. Francis of Gilbertville, Don Bosco, came into this tournament with an unblemished record. He finished it that way. He's a state champion. He decisioned Dave Ludeman of Crestwood of Cresco 5-1. In doing that, there was a scoreless first period, and then Francis came on in the second period 5-0 with an escape, a takedown, and 2 back points, and then ended up 5-1 with a penalty point for stalling against Francis in the period, being the only Ludeman point awarded. So Al Francis 5-1 over Dave Ludeman. Dick Trotter, how was it in AAA? We got, how was that championship you just won?
It was great. Last year I got second, you know, and that's the only thing I've been working for this year is to gain my title, and it's a long road.
It sure was. How did you prepare for today?
Our coach, we'd have practice like at 6:30 in the morning, and that was mainly for endurance, lifting weights, and drilling. And we go from 3 o'clock to about 6:30 after school. And then, you know, that was pretty much on our own. And I have an exercise bike at home, and so I'd go home and ride 12 miles
But now you've got that gold medal around your neck, and it was all worth it.
Yes,
Let's go to Dick Trotter and find out how it was on AAA.
Well, now we're going to have to hold off on that report at 112 pounds from Dick Trotter and go to 119 pounds. We're still in the 1A division, and we have Bondurant, Farrar's Dwayne Norton against Coon Rapids' Marty Davis.
Marty Davis back for his 2nd title.
And there's trouble immediately.
A little pancake there, underhooked both arms and turned him right over. Davis is a big scorer. He's a pinner and come through this tournament with guys on their back just like that.
Now up in the corner you see the 2A match will also be following. Jeff Coltfeld of Eagle Grove against Mike Brainerd of Esterville. That's the AA. And then at AAA, we'll have Tim Krieger of Mason City and Brandon Tate of Waterloo Columbus. We'll keep our eye on those other matches. Our main match here for the lower 4 weights is Dwayne Norton against Marty Davis. And
It's all over.
that one wrapped up in a big hurry, didn't it?
Well, Marty Davis, a real physical